Hello, this is the answer key to your word choice quiz study guide. So after you've taken the quiz, you should see where it says see your results, and it should tell you what questions you have answered correctly and which ones you answered incorrectly. So I'm going to go through and show you the correct answers and talk to you about why they are correct. So the first part is about vocabulary and the definitions of the terms that you will be quizzed on. So number 1, statements that are based on opinions are subjective statements. Statements that can be argued are also subjective. So subjective are based on opinions because they can be argued. They're people's opinions, they're people's bias, they're people's assumptions, and we can't prove them. Someone could argue one side versus the other. Number 3 and 4, the correct answers are both objective. Objective statements are based in fact, and that means that they can be proven. Number 5, denotation is your dictionary definition of the word. A helpful hint might be to remember that D in denotation, D in dictionary definition. And number 6, connotation is the cultural or emotional association of a word. So if you think back to our practice when we first started this, there were the words home, house, dwelling, and residence. All of them had the same denotation. They're all a place where someone can live at any given time. However, we had very different feelings or emotions attached to words. When we say home, we think of something differently than if we were to say dwelling. Okay, moving on to subjective and objective statements. Number 7, people are encouraged to drop off their unwanted shoes at one of the company's collection sites. This is objective because it can be proven. We could look up the steps to the program or how to drop things off. We could prove this. This is not someone's opinion. This is not someone's assumption. This is a fact. We can prove it. Number 8, Nike, a major United States sportswear company, has spent the last several years doing some serious soul searching. So this is subjective because it can be argued. We cannot prove why they started this program or how they came about the thinking of it. This could be argued about that they spent time doing some soul searching. We could argue, did they, didn't they? Who came up with the idea? Why was this implemented? So that is a subjective statement because it can be argued. Number 9, the company currently has more than 50 collection sites located throughout the 35 states. This is objective, this is a fact. We could prove where the collection sites were and in what states. Number 10, after approximately 5,000 pairs of shoes have been collected, Nike sends a huge tractor trailer to pick up the shoes and take them to the company's recycling plant in Oregon. This was a little tricky. The key word here that we could argue that makes it subjective is this word huge. When we think of a tractor trailer, what I think of as a huge tractor trailer may differ from what you think that is. So again, this is a little tricky, but this one word here is going to make this statement subjective. Number 11, in other words, the company wants your smelly old sneakers. That is subjective. The words smelly and old make it argumentative. Like we could argue it, that's someone's opinion. And number 12, after those shoes arrive in Oregon, they are sliced and separated into 3 sections, the top, the middle shoe, and the outer sole. This is objective, it's a fact, it's talking about the process, and we could prove that when they go to the factory, how they are divided up to be made into the surfaces. The next section about your other nonfiction skills, all of the following words have a negative connotation except. So this is saying all of these words are negative except one. You have to find the one that is positive. So rot, landfill, and unwanted all have a negative connotation. High performance in this context is positive. So that is your correct answer. And number 14, which of the following is the best denotation for the word soul as used in paragraph 1? Now, this writing was kind of a pun on the word. So they used the word sole, S-O-L-E, in the sense of the bottom of a shoe, the sole of a shoe. But what they really meant was soul searching, S-O-U-L, which is kind of like an inner being or the essence of someone. So in that case, the correct denotation is the essence or embodiment of a specific quality. They did not mean soul in terms of one, so meaning like only one or an independent power, and it really didn't have anything to do with a culture or an ethnicity. So our last questions refer to MLA format and punctuation of fanboys, which we've also worked on. So number 15, you have to look at the sentence and determine if it is punctuated correctly. So you want to start with your fanboys, which is and. Look to the left. People are encouraged to donate their unwanted shoes. That is an independent clause. I look to the right. Help Nike make playgrounds for underprivileged communities. This is dependent. I don't know who is helping Nike make playgrounds. So when it's I plus D, you do not need a comma. Number 16 is the same sentiment. People can help by donating directly to Nike, or they can donate to one of the many cooperating stores. Find my fanboys, look to the left. People can help by donating directly to Nike, independent. They can donate to one of many cooperating stores, independent. So when it's I plus I, you need a comma before the conjunction. So that is correct. The comma is needed. And our last one on the study guide, number 17, which of the following options has the correct in-text citation for the article? It is an article title, and we do not know the author. So therefore, recycled shoes in parentheses, in quotes in the parentheses is our correct citation. Hopefully you found this study guide helpful. You are more than welcome to go back and take the quiz as many times as you want to practice. And you also have all your notes and all the passages that will help you. Good luck studying.